that. With little left to say, Rin resumes her lunch and the conversation dies away, but I keep thinking about what she said. It's the first time I told anyone about my condition. All the other people have either known about it or heard about it from someone else. Or I didn't know to begin with. Like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a natural part of introduction? Is it expected of me? Oh, hi, I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? As if our disabilities would define us. That's a disgusting thought. Or maybe this Tezuka girl just has an unnatural interest in such things. As I walk to the back of the room, I pick up the things on Misha's list. A chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her is a burnt auburn, almost orange and cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. Boy's uniform and a lack of arms would make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She's not particularly pretty except for her murky green eyes, which flicker relentlessly from below her short bangs even when she eats. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect light at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as definitely as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. Makes me feel a bit uncomfortable at least. I hesitate to think the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passing, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So do you always eat alone or in this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors? Maybe you're my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof. If she's not horsing around. Horsing? She likes to do sports. And that's all I can think of to say. Both of us fall silent again as Rin forks the last bits of the meal into her mouth. I look down my hole and double check in on Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now. That's very nice for you. Don't feel obligated to stay. I was just about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with the stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like watch girls sleep. I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you around. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is at a point good enough to warrant this much. She's so weird. I was already turning to make my exit, and she draws me back in. Fine, then I'm Hisao. Then you are. Rin looks at me hard with her eyes, and feeling you can always get someone stares at it, isn't there? I totally screwed up that sentence. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us and out of nowhere. See you later, Hisao. There is something like a tiny smile there in her face, maybe. I quietly back out of the room. As I shut the door in front of my face, I whisper to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that. What did she hear? I jumped at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she had gotten to a jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. She soon standing slightly behind me. She looks aloof as if she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited. No, wait, more importantly, who is in there? There's no club meeting today. She tries to curiously peek past me even though the door is closed. What are you doing here? You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Hichan. She wags her finger at me scoldingly. I found plywood, but everything else is missing because you're so tardy. Sorry. I got the things here, just going to bring them. I think you were up to some mischief, Chen. Who was in there with you, I wonder? Misha signs something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her ear a couple of times. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she is experiencing. With Shizune's elegance and attitude and the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on the top of much to her. And indeed, she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling on her shoulders from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to sign furiously at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shoots a very loaded stare at me, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of tardiness. Hello? Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it and looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face. Hello? Da-da-dat. Mr. Zuka, what do you think you're doing? You're absolutely not permitted to use school property for such disgraceful activity? I'm sure it's suddenly very crowded in here, but I don't know if I was this popular. It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune/Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop that issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder and points at Rin and makes some quick signs. Da-da-dot. Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Da-da-dot. Anyway, how is this project going? How is your project going? Will it be done for the festival? Looks at me blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure Shizune's cold stare is putting on her. I keep wondering about that myself too. Da-da-dot. And? Well, think about it harder. As Misha signs a reply to her face turns to an unsatisfied frown. Da-da-dot. Mr. Zuka, please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it. Rin nods. Sure. We'll think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't. Not even after translation. She just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo. How rude. It's true, though, I must finish the project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much, much dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future. I'm about to ask what project she has and what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the art classroom. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? This paint can doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it. She kicks slightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. Let's add a dull clang. But the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure, what do you need me to take it? Away. And with that, she takes off to the hall, and the paint can following, since there's little choice for either of us. The hallway is quiet, empty now with Shizune and Misha gone, so we two leave towards the stairwell at the other end. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop here, as I've been going for quite some time. So, yeah, I guess I shall see you guys later, I guess. Bye.